Welcome, everyone, to another episode of AIME's Grow and Get It series. I'm Tom Ahles, president of Growth. I have Mr. Mike Rankin, president and owner of ClearPath Mortgage Solutions, here with me today. Mike, where are you guys located? Are you in New York?
Oh, yeah, we're in upstate New York, Tom, about 2.5, 3 hours north of New York City.
Excellent. So I've got the privilege of meeting Mike through basically some mutual connections. I think Brendan McKay initially introduced us and said, man, you got to connect with Mike. He's doing great things. The nice part for me in being in this role with AIME is I get to really learn about different models, hear what people are doing that are really working to go out and, the episode's called Grow and Get It. And Mike's doing that. He's built a great company with a different model than maybe some have out there. It is more of, he likes to call it an AE model. But one of the things that really struck home with me in talking with Mike is how he's using video to really not only create and strengthen relationships, but to really drive business back to them. So, Mike, introduce yourself and tell me a little bit about how you are using video to do such an excellent job on improving those relationships.
Awesome. Well, Tom, it's great to be here. Thanks for having me. I'm a second generation mortgage broker in upstate New York. And, we got turned on to many brokers I know use tools like BombBomb or I think one's called Loom that's out there. And what we found was we just began to use video to connect with clients instead of written communication like text or email. And the response was incredible. I had a client one time, he was looking to get in the upstate New York, our loan sizes, believe it or not, are much smaller than the city. Average loan size is probably 250,000. And I had a client looking to buy a home down in New York City, do a refi for about 1.2 million. And I was on vacation in Michigan and I get this email. He was referred by a past client. And I quickly put on my ClearPath shirt, took my hat off, did my hair real quick, found some shade outside, grabbed my phone, and I did a 30-second video saying, hey, I'm on vacation. My team would love to help support you. We're pumped to be connected with you from this mutual client. Say hello to her for me. And I gave him a link to arrive and to jump on a phone call with one of my loan officers. I never got a response from that client. He never acknowledged the video. But all of a sudden, the next week, he was in our application process, moving forward with a refi. And then 2 months later, was doing a purchase. So 2.5 million in loan volume came because I differentiated myself and I was able to connect with the client. He could see me, like me, know me, trust me, because I think body language is 80% of communication.
Man, I love it. Mike, you're 100% correct. And as I've mentioned before, for me, being able to hear some of these nuggets and why I want to share it with our community, I've started doing the same thing since the first time I heard you say it. And I can tell you firsthand, when I get a real estate agent that's referring me a transaction and says, hey, I've got Tom Ahles copied on this text with John Doe, and, they're very excited about their first home. Typically, I would respond, hey, thank you. Can I have your email address so I can send you a link to my application? I've stopped doing that. It's instantly exactly as you said. Just be raw, be yourself, make a quick video introduction so they can read your body language. And there's a lot you can tell from someone from that. Are they authentic? Are they really, are you truly excited about
That's right.
it? I mean,
Agreed.
we're in an industry that, let's be honest, we get to make a good living doing this and doing something where we're helping people. I don't know if there's a better industry that I could ever imagine, and being in where I get to help somebody on something that they're so thrilled for, and we get to
paid.
Feel great for. It's just a beautiful thing. I got to pinch myself every now and then to make sure it's real.
I like that. What Simon Sinek said in his book, Start With Why, is at the very core, people want to be inspired. So the other day, I same thing you just said. I got a text introduction from a realtor to a close friend who is a self-employed business owner. And I knew they were on vacation together. They're traveling. And so I did a video. And I said, hey, I understand you're traveling, so I wanted to send you a video instead of, jumping on a phone call. When you're there, when you're settled, let's jump on a phone call together. In the meantime, go ahead and get started with the application. I include the link in the text. And the feedback I got from the client, now they were using Arrive. This is a plug for Arrive as well. Their feedback was, Mike, we got that video and they're business owners. And we talked about it all night. So they talked with the video with the referral partner because they were on vacation together. And this process with you has been so enjoyable. Like, how often does a client say it's enjoyable? Because most of the time we treat people like numbers and transactions. Video allows you to treat someone like a person.
Yeah, that's amazing. You're 100% correct. And to me, these are the small little nuggets that if originators, brokers out there really just take this on. It's a very simple shift. If you execute it, you will strengthen your relationship. So let's just dive a tad bit deeper and tell me, just on your execution process. Obviously, initial text, fairly simple, right? I mean, I was able to catch on to that one even quick. Let's move it to the next level. When you have a file that's even in process or working, are you continuing the communication using video as well?
Yeah, so I would say that the times that I'm using video, and I'll give tips on like how I recommend using it. But when we're using it is the initial introduction with a client and a realtor. Number two, we're using it when we're in that pre-approval process and we want to explain some complex topics, but you don't want to have a big long conversation with a client. Maybe they emailed you about a recast and you just send them a video back explaining the recast to them. Third time we use it is when a client puts an offer in on a home. We always do a video to the listing agent. Probably 5 out of 10 times, 50% of the time, the listing agent is saying to the buyer's agent, tell your lender and your client, we accepted the offer because of the video from your mortgage guy. And that video is always 1 minute, 50 seconds, minute 13. It's very, very short. And I tell that realtor, hey, great to be introduced to you. We've not worked together before. Maybe we have. I'll somehow jog their memory. I want to build connection in 10 seconds. I said, I want to let you know 3 important things about the home buying process and our company and this client. Number 1, I'll say we fully vet our clients, fully pre-approve them up front. Number 2, if speed matters to you, we can do speed. It's one of our values. And number 3, I want to keep lines of communication open. If you have any other questions, reach out to me. Pumped to have the opportunity to work together. It's that short, that sweet, that almost can to that degree. And that goes to the listing agent in a text or email. The buyer's agent loves you for it because they're like, no one does this. The buyer begins to become dependent upon you. They love you for it because you're in their corner. The listing agent loves it because you differentiated the offer. I've had the listing agent give that video to the seller, and the seller liked the video, and so they accepted the offer. And then once the client's, they're under contract, if it's a purchase, they're applying for the mortgage, we'll use BombBomb to actually explain details. Like we'll actually go over the loan estimate through BombBomb, and it's it's 3 or 4 minutes long. But that way they can go back over it over and over again instead of on the phone having to spend 20 minutes on the loan estimate. I'll send them a video of it. So any complex question, we'll do our best to answer through video to save our time and to save the client's time.
Yeah, and you're articulating it. For me, conversation comes a lot easier than reading an email. Plus, tone in email. Sometimes I have one guy that occasionally gets his caps button stuck.
Yeah.
Are you yelling at me or why? With video, you get to really tell someone's tone, and obviously, most communication is nonverbal. So when you're able to actually have that part of the connection, makes a massive difference. You touched on something that I know one of the people that we had on here before, I think it was Jay Bunty with Lumgray. Same thing. He posted all of his initial offers. He's sending a video with. The sellers like it. He's forwarded me emails that he's getting referrals from the listing agents in the same situation. So, you start to see something that multiple people are doing, multiple people are succeeding. It's our chance to go out and grow and get it. So, Mike, I can't thank you enough for everything you do, not only for our community, but I've enjoyed talking with you a lot. Very bright, smart broker. You got a really cool model that you're doing. You run a great business. We appreciate you here at AIME and for hopping on today and sharing just, this is just a simple tip. But execute, people. Execute.
Yeah, I think perfection becomes the enemy of progress. So don't overthink it. Your clients, your realtors, your sellers, your buyers, they actually prefer raw. They prefer you to make a mistake. They prefer to hear your kid in the background. I say, hey, I got 4 kids. You might hear them scream in the background. People love authenticity. So don't overthink it. Don't get it perfect. In fact, not perfect is better than perfect in video.
I love it. A lot of times we get, the paralysis by analysis. I'm going to do it. And I'm guilty of it all the time too. There's been multiple things that I've been trying and messing with Canva and trying to get everything to look perfect. And then it just doesn't happen.
I had a loan officer. He did a video. In the middle of the video, he's like, oh, fuck, I screwed that up. And then he kept going and he sent it to the client and the client loved it. And I apologize for dropping the F-bomb on your podcast.
Hey, that's how it goes. Like you said, sometimes it's raw and authentic. You got to know the crowd and audience that you're speaking with your own clients. But Mike, thank you. I really appreciate you. We'll hopefully look forward to seeing you at Fuse here coming up in September. It's going to be an amazing event.
We'll be there. Room's already booked.
I'd love to hear it. So every week you can view us here in our Brokers Are Better group, where we will air another episode of our Grow and Get It. Hopefully sharing some knowledge with our brokers out there to help them go and continue to dominate. I'm Tom Ahles, president of AIME here, of growth at AIME. Mike Rankin, once again, ClearPath Mortgage Solutions. Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you guys next week. If you want to catch any of our past episodes, you can see us on YouTube at AIME National. Mike, have a great day, buddy. Thanks again.
You too. Thanks, Tom.